Hiya folks, it's Sunday. I'm at a bit of a loose end. It's Mother's Day today, so I'm not going to do too much today, but I thought I'd just come out into the workshop. I'll just show you what I've been tinkering about with. Not going to show you nothing today, just a bit of tinkering about. I think you like them sort of videos. I'll see you in a minute. Right, well, I've been doing a little bit of sandblasting and stuff for the bits for the generator. Let me show you. Right, okay, I didn't blast this. I didn't blast it because I think it was powder coated anyway, but it should be cool enough for me to touch now. So I've just powder coated the tank. Let's show you. There we go. That looks all right, doesn't it? Let's tidy that right up. Let me hang this over here. Bear with me. Right, okay, yeah. Is it cool? Yep, cool to the touch. Oh, that's lovely. That'll do the job, won't it? I'll just pull off this tape, this heat-proof tape that I've covered up the holes with. Now, I did clean that tank out, as you probably know. It's got a bit of flash rust inside it again, so I will give it one more rinse out with the, what's it called? The MC51. But, yeah, I'm pleased with that. Little rubber bung in the base there. That comes out. There we go. Look at that, look. I'll show you a bit nearer. There you go, look at that, look. That's not bad, is it? Again, I've just gone over the old powder coating, basically. So I did sand it down with some 180 grit just to smooth it out. But I think you'll agree that that looks all right, doesn't it? That should be fine. And the back's the same as well, as you can probably see there. I'm happy with that. Yeah, you don't always have to strip down powder coating, and it's a devil's own job to get it off on the sandblaster. So I was just doing a bit of blasting on this bit here. Again, one of the other panels. Now this again has been sandblasted, but I was just getting rid of the, this was all flaky paint there obviously, so I was actually getting rid of that. And then I'll just go over that with a bit of sandpaper, 180 or something, just to smooth the edges off a bit, and then I'll powder coat that as well. So I've still got that to do. Coming over here, let's put my light on. There. I've actually heat painted the exhaust. That's hanging up. That's been, again, sandblasted. So as you know, these are all the other bits which I've got to go back on. So we're very near rebuilding this now. And you didn't really see this properly last time. Hold on, let's put that other light on. You didn't really get a good look at this last time, the nuts and bolts in the MC51. I don't know whether you can see them in there now or not, but they've actually come out totally spotless of rust. Let me get one out and show you. Pick any one at random. This is non-toxic, this stuff, by the way. And as you can probably see, that's how they actually come out. These were totally rusted and corroded, as you probably remember. And everything's been eaten away on them. Let's find out another one for you. Yeah, look at that. They look like new bolts, don't they? So this is as they would have come out of the factory. And what I'm going to do to give them some sort of protection, I bought some other stuff. Let me show you. It's called bluing. Here it is. It's called, oh, sorry, not bluing. It's called Perma Blue from Birchwood Casey. And this is what you call liquid gun blue. And what this does is a clear liquid. It's quite expensive to buy that. And you put your bolts in it, or nuts, or whatever, or even your barrel of a gun, for example, and from a silvery finish, which the metal normally is, it turns it a dark blue or black in colour, and that's a form of protection. It's called gun blue for steel. That's 3 ounces in there, which is 90 millilitres, and that cost, I think, £12, so it's quite an expensive stuff. And you literally only have to paint it on. And I thought I'd do the bolts with that. What else have I got to show you? Gary's got the springs for the generator set. These have come from generatorguru.com here in the UK, and this is what I was telling you about, the clutch lever. Look at me, look, the choke lever on that carburetor. We had the base part of it, which is that there, and it was this lever that had broken off. So that's now got the choke lever, so we can turn the choke on and off on the generator, and that cost about £5.5. And he's also got 2 more of the governor arm springs there. As you can see, there's 2 in the set there, and that's going to be ideal. So those are the only parts that we've actually spent out on it, and hopefully, did I put that lever back in there? Yes, I did. There we go. Just leave all that in there like that. Hopefully it should be okay. Let's just put this silver cap back on. It's got a bit of a dent in it. I can't do anything about that. Just to see what it looks like. Oh, happy days. There we go. It's all right, isn't it? So I've just gone and got the carburetor, and it looks like this hole here actually goes over this post there, and there's a little thin piece there which fits into that actual slot there. So if I just push that onto there like that, and that's it, I think. That's all it does. As you can probably see now, that operates the choke on and off. So it's not that this was broken, it's that this bit was actually missing. And that's how that goes on there. And as you can see, the choke's going on and off absolutely fine now. So that's great, that's fantastic, well done. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't going to put out a video today, but we're doing bits and pieces around the house. We've been shopping locally, as I say, there's loads of fresh food which is not in the shops, but I suppose that's people doing their panic buying or whatever. We're not panic buying, we just buy what we normally buy at the end of the day. All this self-isolating bit, we don't go out really and mix with anyone anyway, so it doesn't really affect us in our day-to-day life. Most of our stuff we do from home, so I know a lot of you have to go out and mix with people, like go to work or whatever. This is where it's handy with us working from home, so I hope you're all okay anyway, let's put it that way, and hopefully this will pass, and very much like the other virus, the SARS virus, and that disappeared, and all the other things that we've had over the years, bird flu, avian flu, whatever it was, and swine flus, all this sort of stuff, they do disappear, but this seems to have a global effect, this thing, and at the end of the day, you've just got to do what you do, and try and keep away from people. That's all you've got to do, really. That's where hopefully more people will be watching videos. Anyway, that's that. Right, let's have a look at something else. Right, I've just been doing a bit of checking on the electrics on this generator side of our little generator, so to speak. I've had the brushes out and I've cleaned them up, so they're okay. And I just wanted to show you this. This is the AVR box, and I've just removed it, and on the back of it is a big capacitor which is moulded in to the back. It's called encapsulated. Let me show you. That big capacitor sticking out the back is, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but one way of telling if a capacitor's on its way out is the lid's bulge on it, and that lid on that one is actually bulging upwards. You probably can't see it. You can probably see where it's unravelled a little bit there, as opposed to that side where it was folded over. So that's not a very good sign. Again, I don't really know for sure, but all I can tell you is that the visual inspection which I'm doing on this capacitor there, as you can probably see, does show a bulging, which means that a capacitor is on its way out. So there's a very good chance. There's nothing you can do with this. As you can see, it's all encapsulated in a resin. You can get replacement ones of these. I'm going to be possibly on the lookout. We will try it out first though and see how it goes, but that's just to show you that something to be aware of. You can do visual inspections, and that visual inspection on that capacitor isn't looking very good at this moment in time. So I'm going to carry on now. I've cleaned all this out, blown it all out, I've had them out, and I'm going to put this back together now. Right, I've got this to possibly do on my Retro Hacks channel next week. This is an old 1950s, 1960s highway truck, which is obviously in need of renovation. I don't know if you can see that there, but the windshield there is all melted. It's probably been in the sun for too long or whatever. I haven't got one of these, so I don't know if I can get hold of one. Definitely by Friday anyway. But I might try and heat it up with hot water and just pull it back into shape. Maybe I can get over it like that. It's got one wheel cap missing. It's got the other three on there obviously, but I'm not too sure what to do with that at the moment, but it's something I've got to look forward to. But again, this is a three colour design: white, red and obviously green, so, and also a chrome front. I think this is metal, this. I'm not sure. If it's metal, then I can powder coat it with chrome. If not, I'll have to spray chrome it, but I'll only know that when I come to strip it down. And that is a Triang, made in England. There you go. So that's coming up on Retro Hacks, hopefully within the next week. And I think this is cooled off now. This is the exhaust, as you can see. and that's not turned out too bad whatsoever. It's funny that it's got these sort of dents here. Look, as you can see, it looks like it's been pushed out. It doesn't appear to have been dropped because there's no dents on here, but it's like it's sort of blown out there, look, as you can see, and also on that side as well. So not quite sure. It's a big old hefty thing, really strong and thick, this thing. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but there you go. That's all been heat coated with barbecue paint, stove paint, whatever, and that again looks like a new silencer now. So I'm happy with that as well. Just hang it up there for now. I just hit my head on it as well once. Right, the Vauxhall Signum is back on the road now. We got that MOT. It failed on the brake lines, believe it or not, from the front of the car to the back of the car. So I didn't bother with it. I just got that sorted out, and that's all done now. So this is now back on the road and running lovely. I've got to move the Triumph Acclaim back. It's over there because I want to start work on the Triumph Acclaim, as you know. It's over behind the Trotter van. And here it is here. And let's get this in. I'm a bit gutted actually because due to the poor storage, it's my own fault, it's got blisters on it. So to the most of it, it's okay. But I'm gonna have to give it again another blow over because it's got these water blisters on it, unfortunately, where it's been stored here with damp cloths on top of it through summer and winter. It's left an effect on the paint. Let me show you. Now this, as you remember, it was absolutely lovely like this, but where it's been in contact with this sheet, and obviously that sheet on top of it there, I know it's a bit dirty at the moment, but we've got these little water blisters that have appeared all over it, and there's nothing I can do about that apart from rub it all down again on the roof and respray that again. Unfortunately, it's got to be done, unfortunately, but as I say, it's my own fault for leaving it stored out here. Where I've got the other door panels and all that stored, there's no problems with them whatsoever. It's literally because it's been under here like that. So there we go, that's the Trotter van. It's not everywhere, as I say, it's only certain parts, mostly where it's been had this cloth on top of it. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's my own fault. So as you know, I've got to finish the Triumph Acclaim off. This moves easy, so that's one of the wheels that we refurbished. I'm going to have to get it back there, obviously, because I want to get it up in the air. I want to get the fuel tank out of it. We haven't started it yet. We just rolled it here, but it's rolling absolutely fine. But again, storage is a big thing. When you're restoring old cars or whatever, you've really got to have these stored properly. But it is what it is, and it's my own fault at the end of the day. We will sort it out, not a problem. Once I get this out of the way, I'll be 100% on this thing, getting that finished and out of the way. So anyway, I think that's probably about enough for today. Hope you're all okay, and we'll see you again in the next video sometime during the week, and also on Retro Hacks. And don't forget, if you do like our videos, just hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell. That way you get notified every time we upload a video. Just a fast blast one this Sunday, Mother's Day. Let's go and look after Sharon. I'll see you later, folks. Bye for now.